What if the greatest mark of courage was not a medal, but a mark on your skin? A mark given not by a king, but by a king of the jungle. This is the story of a gift from the wild, a promise of protection written in living ink. But gifts from predators are never simple. They are leases on power. And when the lease is up, the wild always comes to collect. In the village beneath the mountains of mist, it was said the leopard was a ghost, a forest spirit that judged the hearts of men. The children were warned, never look into its eyes. But young Adom was not like the others. He was small, often bullied for his size, but his heart held a courage that was quiet and deep. One day, while fetching water from the sacred stream, he heard a pitiful, pained mewling. Pushing through the ferns, he found a sight that stopped his breath. A magnificent, full-grown leopard was pinned under a fallen, rotten branch, a wound on its flank seeping crimson into the dark earth. Its golden eyes met his, not with fury, but with a profound, intelligent agony. Every instinct, every village warning, screamed at Adom to run. But the animal's pain was a hook in his soul. Moving with a slow, deliberate calm he didn't know he possessed, he approached. He spoke softly, as to a frightened child. For hours, he worked, using a rock as a lever and all his meager strength to shift the heavy branch just enough. The leopard pulled itself free. It stood, shaking its great head, and looked at the small, trembling boy. Then, it did the impossible. It bowed its head. A low, resonant purr filled the clearing. It turned, and where the wound had been, there was now a raw, pink patch of skin where one of its beautiful rosettes was missing. Then, it vanished into the green shadows. Adom returned to the village, saying nothing. But that night, as he slept, his chest burned. In the morning, there it was on his skin, just over his heart, a perfect, black leopard spot. It wasn't a tattoo. It was alive. He could feel its pulse, a second heartbeat, slow and powerful. At first, the spot was a blessing. The bullies who once shoved him found themselves strangely fearful in his presence. He could walk through the dense forest, and snakes would slide away, wild pigs would give him a wide berth. He felt stronger, his senses sharper. He could see in the dim forest light as if it were day. He was under the leopard's protection. His little sister, Inam, adored it. "You have a guardian spirit, Adom," she would whisper, tracing the spot. His father, Umi, a practical hunter, was wary. "Power from the forest always has roots, son. Remember where it comes from." But it was his grandmother, Queen Ulu, who truly understood. Her old eyes widened in dread when she saw it. "That is not a gift, my child," she breathed. "That is a down payment. The Chui wa Mlima, the Mountain Ghost-Leopard, has marked you. It has given you one of its 990 spirits. You carry a piece of its wildness in you. And wildness grows." Adom dismissed her fears. He felt invincible. When a rabid dog charged into the village, it was Adom who stood before it. The dog skidded to a halt, whimpered, and fled. The village hailed him as a hero, a bridge between man and the untamed world. But the spot began to change. It grew, just a millimeter. The hair around it became coarser, darker. And Adom's desires began to shift. The cooked meals of the village tasted bland. He craved meat, raw meat. He found himself standing at the edge of the forest at night, not afraid, but hungry. The pulse of the spot would throb in time with the distant cries of night hunters. The transformation was subtle, then sudden. His nails grew thick and tough. His canines felt sharper against his tongue. He began to sleep during the day, feeling most alive in the moonlit hours. The village's admiration curdled into fear. Children hid from him. They called him Spotted One behind his back. The breaking point came when the village's prize goats were found slaughtered. Not by a wild cat that eats its kill, but torn apart in a frenzy of violence. The only tracks leading away were confusing, a boy's bare feet, deepening into something more paw-like. Adom awoke that morning with a metallic taste in his mouth, his hands caked in dry earth, and a strange, satisfied fullness in his belly. Under his sleeping mat, he found a tuft of goat hair. The spot on his chest purred. Terrified of himself, he ran to Queen Ulu. "It is taking over, Ulu. The wild is growing inside me." The old woman wept. "The leopard did not give you its spot out of gratitude, Adom. It was wounded, weak. It gave you a piece of its spirit to heal itself. It is using your human body, your warmth, to regenerate that lost part of itself. You are an incubator. And when that spot has grown back to its full size, the leopard will return. Not to thank you. To reclaim what is yours. And it will not leave the rest of you behind." Adom was now a prisoner in his own skin. The human part of him was horrified. The growing wildness within was eager, proud. He could understand the language of the forest, the warning shrieks of monkeys, the gossip of birds. They weren't just noise, they were news. And the news was that the ghost leopard was on the move, coming closer to the village, drawn to the beacon of its missing piece. His sister Inam, who still loved him fiercely, tried to bring him food. He snarled at her, a sound that was not human. She fled, and his human heart broke. Queen Ulu prepared a desperate ritual. "We must try to sever the tie before it is complete. We must give the wildness back before it consumes you." She used ancient herbs, sacred chants, and the sharp, purified tooth of an antelope to trace the border of the spot, trying to break its connection to Adom's soul. The pain was exquisite. The spot flared a hot, angry black. And from the forest, a roar answered the ritual, a roar of outrage and possession. As Ulu chanted, the spot moved. It writhed under Adom's skin like a separate creature. Adom's eyes flashed a feline yellow. He turned on his grandmother, not as her grandson, but as the beast within. He raised a hand, now more claw than fist. "Adom!" Inam screamed from the doorway. Her voice, pure and human, pierced the fog. Adom's own eyes returned for a second. "Run," he gasped, fighting the entity inside him. It was too late. From the tree line at the edge of the compound, the ghost leopard emerged. It was larger than before, its eyes fixed not on Adom, but on the pulsing, nearly grown spot on his chest. It had come to collect. The leopard did not attack. It simply stared, and the spot on Adom's chest pulled towards it like iron to a magnet. Adom screamed, a hybrid sound of boy and beast, as he felt his very essence being drawn out through his skin. His body began to change, bones cracking and reknitting, fur sprouting where skin had been. He was becoming a vessel for the leopard's full return. Queen Ulu, in a final act of sacrifice, did not fight the leopard. She spoke to it, in the old tongue of the forest. "Great ghost. You have your spirit back. It is strong in him. Do not take the vessel. Take the gift we offer instead." She threw a handful of sacred dust not at the leopard, but at Adom. The dust, made of crushed river pearls and buried lightning stone, was anathema to a possessing spirit. It burned the growing wildness within him, forcing a separation. For a split second, Adom and the leopard spirit were distinct. And in that second, Umi, the father who had been frozen with fear, acted. He threw his hunting spear. Not to kill the leopard, but to plant it in the earth between his son and the beast, breaking the line of sight, breaking the spiritual pull. The connection snapped. The leopard roared in frustration. The spot on Adom's chest blazed with black light, then detached. It flew from his skin like a shadow made solid, and splashed against the leopard's flank, settling back into place as if it had never left. Adom collapsed, fully human again, with only a pale, scar-like circle on his chest. The ghost leopard looked at them all, the brave boy, the wise elder, the protective father. It gave one last, low chuff that sounded almost like respect. Then, it melted back into the forest, whole once more. Adom recovered, but he was forever altered. The scar on his chest was cold to the touch. He had no special powers. He was, in fact, weaker than before. The village treated him with a distant pity. He had been touched by the wild and survived, but he carried the emptiness of it. He could never be a hunter. The scent of blood made him ill, a remnant memory of his possession. He became a gatherer of herbs, a storyteller. He would tell children the tale of the leopard, but he always ended with a warning. "The wild can admire your courage," he would say, his hand over his faint scar. "It may even lend you its strength. But remember, it is alone. And the interest is your own soul. True protection doesn't come from outside. It grows from within." Adom's courage saved a life, but it invited a possession. The leopard spot was not a shield, it was a seed. A seed of the primal self, planted in the soil of a human heart. And for a time, it grew. He learned that some gifts are not meant to be kept. That borrowing power from a force of nature makes you part of its food chain. So, what do you think? Was the leopard evil, or was it simply acting according to its wild nature, reclaiming what was its own? Was Adom foolish for helping it, or was his compassion his true strength, even though it cost him dearly? Let me know in the comments below. If this tale of a gift that became a curse left you thoughtful, then you must see the story of the singing stones that guided travelers home. The link is on the screen now. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell for more tales from the Safari of Tales. Until next time, be careful what marks you choose to wear.